What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today I want to talk about something that probably a lot of people who visit Discord a lot, are very much into the endgame, might realize has happened, but a lot of you out there probably have no clue. I haven't talked about it. It doesn't really get talked about too much on Reddit either, and that is going to be the not necessarily nerf to ticks, but the fact that ticks is no longer used in the brand new game mode. So Tower of Dream, Void Vortex Vanquisher difficulty, those type areas, there's been a significant difference, and I'm going to show you guys what that actually looks like, because they didn't nerf ticks. They nerfed the enemy's attack, which therefore nerfs ticks and makes you want to use other heroes. So let's jump right into it. Hopefully I explained this good enough, because ticks is still the god tier unit when it comes to, early game Aspen Dungeon, regular Tower of Oblivion, getting to like Defier in Vortex. He's still all those amazing things, but he is no longer used in the brand new game mode. So let's go. So to start off, let's talk about why Tix is such a powerful hero and why he didn't fall out of the meta the entire time. Like the entire time he has been around. It's mainly due to the way his abilities work. So of course his active skill will deal 800% of attack damage against 4 random enemies, but then it deals an extra damage by 800% of the target's attack. You're doing damage purely based on what the target's multiplier is between this percentage and their attack value. And in the other, like Defier, Valiant, all those ones, the enemies get very high attack values, which means Tix's damage keeps up with the ever scaling HP pools as you go up in difficulty. This works the same in Tower of Oblivion, everything. So I want to show you what that looks like, what the damage actually looks like. Let's go over to Vortex. We are still in Explore. Let's just jump in here, and I just want to show you guys. We'll throw 3 of our Tixes in. You guys have probably seen it, the huge damage numbers that they can put up in this type of game mode. So you can kind of see how much damage they're doing. You see the carries, but let's see the damage from the Tixes. They just start chunking the pools, and you'll notice that heroes that have higher attack take a bit more damage. Now, of course, we just have energy artifacts on the Tixes to show it off, but essentially that is the type of damage numbers you're used to seeing from these Tix. Like the actives just do devastatingly high damage numbers, and it's just tons and tons of damage, and it all comes down to the active ability. After that, the basic is decent. It's decent. The basic attack targets enemy with the highest attack, dealing a percent of attack damage, and again, an extra damage by 600% of the target's attack. That is huge. Now, what is the difference that has happened recently? Well, let's jump on over. I have a couple screenshots from some data mined information so you can see the hidden stats behind the heroes. So let's go over to that next. So the first image here I want to show you, you can kind of see how the stats are distributed here. You'll see the attack power is 11.62, the HP is 97.91, which in a lot of these game modes, they have very, very high HP pools, but not as much attack. And you'll see this new stat right here, true attack 73. When you compare that to the attack of normal that Tix is going to use, Tix is going to use this number. True attack will not be calculated in his basic and active abilities based on the enemy's attack. True attack is a new hidden attack power. That way they're not nerfing Tix in every other game mode. They're essentially just nerfing him in all the future content, which I think is a very, very good and smart way to do it, because it's not punishing people that are in the earlier game that already built the hero, that they're like, well, now I can't do this, or now I can't do this. They're keeping it so everything Tix could do, he still can do, but now when you hit the new ceiling, you're going to want to use other heroes like maybe Eloise or something like that. Now, the next one you'll see here, it gets very, very high up. So this one here, I'm not sure what the Void Rust actually means, but it kind of makes it look like it's like a level 17 versus level 120. You'll notice the attack power is at 32.08, but then the true attack is at 12,000. So yeah, Tix is just not going to be able to put up any type of damage numbers. You see a giant HP multiplier as well on all of these. But you see the amount of true attack behind the scenes. That is why you will not see ticks being used in Tower of a Dream, in Vortex Vanquisher, and I believe also in Realms Gate level 100 to 120. So let's show you what it looks like now after the change. So we'll jump into the one mode that we actually do have unlocked, and that's Tower of Dream. Now, the nightmare levels are very, very difficult. I'm hoping we can go fast enough. Let's try out this wave here. And let's just throw in all of our ticks that we can. And let's take it in a slow-mo here as well. And hopefully they get some attacks off here. I think they should. We might have to speed it up a little bit, but you'll notice normally, you know, Tixes do a good chunk of damage against enemies. I hope they don't die here. I really want to show this off, but we are in one of the very difficult modes here. All right, now it's our turn to attack. So let's watch the Tix damage come out here. And it does nothing. It literally does no damage. The only damage is coming from the Eloise. There's no damage coming from the Tix actives, from the Tix basics, nothing like that. And you'll see here at the end card, the Tix's damage is doing absolutely nothing. Now, granted, they're not void imprinted, they're not anything, but the whole reason why they are not doing anything is because that screenshot I just showed you, that hidden number, that hidden true attack instead of attack power, that is lowering this part of the attack. And when it comes to Tix, the main part of the active based on his attack, it doesn't do much in the first place. Like, it's a decent AoE attack, but when you think 800% attack, we have that in a lot of heroes in game. It doesn't do that much damage. And now when you're basically negating the whole second part, dealing the extra damage based on 800% of a very low value, that is the big difference that's coming in. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I think you know my opinion. I've been kind of harping that I'm tired of seeing Tix just be the answer to every single game mode, whether it's like the early, mid, late game. It gets to the point where it gets really boring. Now you might say, well, Barry, it's better than needing Transcendence heroes. That is true, but you'll notice something we're going to talk about here in a couple days, and actually yesterday on Moreberry Gaming. If you have not subscribed to our second Idle Heroes channel, go subscribe right now, Moreberry Gaming. We had a video highlighting Eloise as like literally the new god tier unit of the game. I mean, she's the best hero in Sealand to clear it. Like, she does it the most minimal out of any hero in the game. She can do Tower of Oblivion, she can do Mim Waves, she can do Tower of Dream now, as you guys see in that video. I mean, those Eloise are very, very strong. You've seen Eloise in the PvP lineups lately, and she is unkillable, essentially. And early game, she can do very, very well, getting you to Death 1, Death 50 in Aspen Dungeon, and she can get you very far in Vortex. So she's kind of like the end-all, be-all. I think it's time for Tix to pass that torch along to Eloise as the next hero to build. Now, if you do have a Tix, don't worry. If you're not really a whale, I mean, Tower of a Dream is for the really endgame players out there. Vortex Vanquisher is for those really endgame players. If you're not endgame maxing out artifacts and everything, it really doesn't affect you, because the Tix is still going to be just as strong for you as you're used to, and there's really not that much to worry about. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Again, leave your comments down below. I love to hear your feedback. I'm happy. This is a good change for me. I'm happy that Tix is no longer the must build for endgame. He's still kind of that must build for the rest of the game. Everything before endgame, you're still going to probably want a Tix on your account, but you don't need to go overboard and build multiple Tix. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'm rambling on long enough. I'll see you guys next time.